Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com in 1994. And since its beginnings, Amazon has dominated the online retail space and grew to be the world's largest online retailer. And in a world full of hate and negativity, it's easy to blame Bezos and Amazon for ruining small businesses in America. But where there's despair, there's opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon ships 1.6 million packages a day out of 100 and plus fulfillment centers worldwide. It is estimated that around 20% of all Amazon sales are returned. And here at Nice Fine Wholesale, we call that an opportunity. We have been buying and flipping Amazon returns since our beginnings as a bin store. Since then, we have bought hundreds of different truckloads, and today, we're gonna show you the difference between the three most common Amazon return programs: smalls, mediums, and bulks. So join me in the warehouse. So after that dramatic intro, we are officially at the warehouse where I'm gonna walk you through three different Amazon programs: smalls, mediums, and bulks. Those are the most popular programs you're ever gonna see on the market. If you're ever following us on Facebook, or maybe you're looking at different liquidators on Facebook, you're gonna see those terms: smalls, mediums, and bulks. So you can see them popping up on screen right here. And now I'm gonna show you live what they actually are and what the biggest differences are. So, main thing about these three different programs is gonna be the size. That's how simple it is. Yep, smalls means small stuff, medium means medium stuff, and bulk means big and bulky stuff. So, does it really go like that? Yes, it does. Smalls means it's gonna be high piece count, a lot of little things that are probably smaller than a shoebox on that pallet, right? So smalls can be considered Amazon mystery boxes. These are considered to be parts of the smalls program at Amazon, right? Because they are filled with small items. You're gonna have anywhere from 25 to 100 pieces per box on each pallet, right? That is a lot of units, and that's why they call them smalls. You can also have smalls in the shape of a Gaylord, like this one, which is gonna be filled with a ton of pieces of smaller items. So anything that's smaller than a shoebox is probably gonna be ending up on a pallet like this. So you're talking about purses, little candlestick holders, gloves, toys, small general merchandise that is smaller than a shoebox. That's usually my go-to explanation because it is super easy to understand that if it fits in a shoebox, it's probably gonna be ending up on the smallest pallet. The next size up is the medium pallets. The medium pallets are a hit and a miss when it comes to explaining what they are, because they are everything and anything that doesn't fit into a smalls category and that's too small for the bulk category, right? So you're gonna have the same type of variety, the same type of different items that you would find on a smalls pallet, except they're bigger. So it's going to be bigger than a shoebox and smaller than, let's say, a king-size bed frame or a jacuzzi, right? You can't fit a jacuzzi on a Gaylord like this. So it has to be stuff that still fits in a Gaylord, but it's too small to be fitting inside of a mystery box per se, or that can be shipped via the cheapest rate possible on USPS, right? Because keep in mind, Amazon is an e-commerce company. So another thing, what can you find on a medium pallet? So medium pallet will consist of general merchandise, bigger than a shoebox, smaller than a king-size bed frame, but it also comes with variety, right? So what can we find on an Amazon medium load? Baby gates, baby seats, gaming monitors, dog crates, air fryers, ottomans, storage boxes, curtain rods, things of that nature. Things that are bigger than a shoebox and that can still fit in a Gaylord box, right? Which brings us to the next category. The third most popular Amazon program would be the bulks. B-U-L-K, bulk, big and bulky. That's what you want to associate with it. Heavy items that will typically have a sticker like this, right? So you got the heavy sticker. More often than not, the bulk program will be on double pallets, right? So you got to keep that in mind when purchasing a truckload like this. don't count on receiving 24 pallets. You're probably not going to, because a lot of these items have to be stacked up on these special pallets that aren't the standard 48s by 40s, right? They're gonna have to be put on those double pallets. And when you're putting it on a double pallet, it takes up double the space on a truck, right? So a typical bulk load will be anywhere from like 18 pallets to 28, right? Pallet spaces, that's super important to keep in mind because it is totally different than the amount of pallets, right? You might have 18 pallets taking up the space of 25 pallets, right? So bulks are anything bigger that does not fit on any of the smaller programs. So bed frames, basketball hoops, fitness equipment, mattress toppers, tons of mattress toppers on bulk loads. Baby seats, sometimes you'll find baby seats, they're maybe typically a little bit bigger. Water coolers, that's a TV stand. This is, I believe this is a whiteboard of some sort. Oh, upholstery. This is gonna be a backboard, right, for a bed frame. So think furniture, think bigger decor, fitness equipment, outdoor tools and equipment, right? So we've seen a jacuzzi come on one of these and it just takes up the space of 4 pallets, right? And just spread across the back. So bulk loads are very interesting and very profitable if you have the space and the means to do it. So why are we talking about this? Because it is super duper important that you understand what you are purchasing before you purchase it. Because each and single one of these programs is going to be profitable, but only if you know what you're doing and you have a plan on how to resell it and make the money on it, right? So if you are somebody that is looking for eBay inventory, or an Amazon inventory where you want small and shippable items, would a bulk load be a good idea for you? Absolutely not. Those things are loaded with heavy items that if you find more than one item that is good for eBay, I will be very surprised, all right? These items are all gonna ship over $100 on USPS because they are heavy, they are bulky, and they're so big that Amazon decided to make a whole liquidation program just surrounding the bigger items, right? So these type of loads, you're gonna be somebody that has a retail spot, has a retail space, maybe a flea market booth, something along those lines where you can display these items, right? Put them together from their brown boxes and display them in person. They also work for Facebook market flipping, definitely works for those because you do have bigger and more profitable items, right? But here you're gonna be dealing with 5 to 15 items per pallet, as opposed to a smalls pallet, you're gonna be dealing with 400 to 800 units, right? Depending on what that pallet is. And this is why I always preach planning before you purchase, okay? You want to plan on how you're gonna get rid of these items, how you're gonna recover the cash value out of that truckload before you purchase it. I see this on Facebook all the time, people window shopping and tire kicking and just kind of seeing what sticks. Have a plan. If you're looking for furniture, if you're looking for bigger items because you have a retail space where you can display this, you're probably gonna wanna lean towards something bigger, right? If you're looking for smaller shippable items that are good for eBay, you're probably looking at that medium and the smallest category, right? What if you're looking for volume? You're looking for a lot of product for cheap because you have a dollar bin inside your flea market booth. Probably looking at smalls because the unit count is bigger, right? All of these things you have to take into consideration before you make a purchase. These things aren't cheap, and once that semi arrives, you really have no choice but to unload it and make something happen out of it. So if you guys have any sort of questions, you want any sort of advice on how to resell and how to flip these items, shoot us an email at sales@nicefeinewholesale.com. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these truckloads, shoot us an email at sales@nicefeinewholesale.com or join our email list to stay up to date with all of our current inventory. The link will be in the description below. And if you guys have any more questions, drop a comment and let us know what you thought about that cool intro. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.